Hello. Well, today is maybe the worst day that I've had emotionally in like forever. Like like if I could scream, if I could cry. I don't know if I had someone to beat up. I'm not much into punching walls and stuff. I mean, I can't find any way to express how bad I feel. I don't cry, so it's what I should be doing because there's certain human experiences that defy uh, articulation, they defy description, and right now I got a whole tornado inside my stomach of bad emotions. And the Bible will tell you that the bowels are the seat of the emotions, not the heart. And that's where I feel stuff is in my gut. When I felt like I was caught doing something bad as a kid, I didn't grab my heart, man. I felt it in the pit of my stomach when, yeah, if I ever got caught by the police and there was marijuana in the car, I didn't grab my heart and say, "Oh, Elizabeth, this is the big one." It was always like everything hits you in the stomach. Uh, so I woke up this morning and I got out of bed long enough to go to the bathroom, get coffee, feed the cats. That's the morning ritual. And then I couldn't get out of bed till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I attempted to make. I was like, I don't know what the hell to do with myself feeling like this. I got no one I can talk to. I mean, my outlet is this. My outlet is talking to um, 2 dozen, 250 people on the internet. I don't have anybody I can talk to about this. So that's what I tried to do. Um, I did it without a microphone, and the microphone apparently is pretty good because I did not succeed in expressing how I felt, but I actually the first day that I tried. Before I get to that, let me say first of all that my math is horrible, as we know. So it was actually 9 days at 12.5 until my dumbass decided to, well, let's kick it up a notch and go down to 10 for a couple of days. So um, I, after 9 days, I did that. That was real intelligent. Excuse me. I'm sorry, my voice isn't too good. Um, anyways, I had a dream that expressed it better than I could uh, ever do through symbolism. I don't have nightmares. Generally speaking, I haven't had a real nightmare in I don't know how long, but I had one, and I'll just tell you like the main gist of it is it's me, fireman, carrying my own corpse across my shoulder, and so I'm walking around like that, and there's more to the dream, of course, but I go with my own corpse carrying it around. I go to what turns out to be my niece's house, and I want a cigarette, and there's three people, and they have packs of cigarettes on their lap. Like one guy has 3 packs, one guy has 5 packs. This one person had a whole bunch of packs. So I went up to them and politely asked them for a cigarette, and they opened up a pack of cigarettes and took out the cigarette and they held it and they said, "Wait a minute, you're not supposed to be smoking." And I'm like, "Look at me, I just died. I need a cigarette." So, I deserve that cigarette. And they're like, "No, I can't give it to you. You're not supposed to be smoking." And then I remember um, having a couple more less than satisfactory exchanges with people I knew. where they weren't even paying attention to the fact that I'm carrying around this dead body of myself on my shoulder. And they were dismissive, and, I was emotional in the dream, I remember, and they were just like, whatever. So I threw my corpse down on the woodwork, and then it putrefacted, and then I was apologizing to the owner of the house. I'll pay what, I got money, I can pay for the woodwork. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have done that. And then I remember going out in the backyard to get rid of what was left of my own corpse. And my niece was out there doing some gardening and digging, and I apologized to her about the woodwork, who I was apologizing to before about ruining the woodwork with my dead body, my own dead body. I don't know, but I was thinking. I remember I woke up because I was thinking I shouldn't be handling like dead stuff. I need to puke. I need to puke, and trying to get sick and not being able to. So, I guess that's what I'm doing now, is I'm trying to expel toxins within my body, and I'm just not able to. I'm trying to get rid of the bad emotions and the bad experiences and like the destroyed relationships and all that. But the symbolism in that dream, it's not, it's easy to pick up. It's like the corpse that I'm carrying, and it is of the old me that people liked better. The pre-Benzo me, the one that could walk, the one that could interact with people without getting on their nerves, the one that didn't find out all the unpleasant truths about how when the going gets tough, sometimes the people that are supposed to love you get going. That was like the memory of the old me, or the memory that I was burdened with and carrying around. And the new me, people didn't pay much attention to or care about at all. And then I don't understand the part about, I can't analyze the part about, apologizing for ruining their floorboards. It did have something to do with money, so I've always felt like people try to take advantage of me because I'm good with money, and I always seem to have some, and the other people in my life that I know don't. But yeah, that was a bad dream. I, yeah, but how it could have been so stupid as to do that, I don't know. I mean, I keep hearing from people that, it gets harder when you had, the fun just begins when you're off of the benzo. And then other people telling me that they're still having problems even though they've been off of benzos for months and months. In some cases, one person said like 24 months, they're still having problems. And, I remember, I read all my comments, so what view I get, so I remember the people and I remember their names and stuff. But yeah, I learned my lesson about rushing things. It's like I'm still paying for it. Um, I don't feel good, and I didn't feel that great before, which was, what I guess you have to do is you have to get adjusted to a new lower dose until you feel okay on it. You feel not, at least somewhere near good, and then you can. I got impatient, you know, and I feel like I'm still paying for it, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can puke. I don't think I can get rid of those emotions uh, verbally, and I don't cry. So, you know, what can I do? Um, right now, uh, I got like today's Monday, Tuesday. I got my appointment, and they switched that up on me. You know, they switched that up on me where um, they were just providing me with numbers to make calls. I'm like, look, I'm depressed, I'm dysfunctional. I hate the place I live. It's like, I felt like they weren't getting it. So I was like, well, I'll just change the plan myself then. If they're just going to supply me with numbers, and I had an idea that, like, I don't know, they would like guide me through the process. They would see that I was like wrecked. I'm benzo wrecked, and putting on a pair of shoes is tricky. Plus I got the physical limitations and stuff. It's like I thought they would help me. So I was like, well, they're not going to help me, and I'm not up to it. I'm like, well, then I'll just change the plan completely, and I'll pay for 2 months worth of rent here and spend my time, since I'm depressed already, detoxing. And now they switched it around on me, and this guy calls me or texts me like 9 days ago and says he has a whole binder full of stuff, and then like he's gonna attempt to help me find a place. And it's like, yeah, the last, I was like, well, like I said, he asked me what I've been doing. I'm like, I've been treating this place like a prison. It's like I've been avoiding the other inmates and getting off of the dope and lifting a lot of weights. I mean, and as far as I told him, as far as making calls, I'm not calling anybody. You know, I don't know if I'm going stir crazy just from being inside all the damn time, and not having friends or people that I can trust to get me out of here. Um, I mean, I don't know. I just know that today's the worst, and yeah, I, and I guess that dream will have to suffice to express the way I feel. And I guess all you can do when you have a day like this, and my stomach is all tied up in all different kinds of fancy sailor hitches. That's the only knot I know offhand, besides fishing knots. You know, it's trying to be fancy, of course. You know, it's like it's part of my personality, I suppose. It's like even under, I should be like breaking things or crying or punching walls or doing something to express the frustration. And I woke up that dragon and that heart thing. It's like I had to fuck around and do that, because I told you I had the one hard episode, but I didn't tell you, like, because I made a morning video and on the 8th, but like the 8th was a hard day too, and I had a couple of episodes where I'm like, okay, my heart's not beating right. Am I going to be in the hospital? Am I not going to be in the hospital? And I have to play that game for a while. But on the good side of that, I was able to lift weights late last night. I was able to, I only walked for like 20 minutes, but I was able to do some walking last night. It's just today I woke up just, I don't know, it was like instant depression. Like, I had already been in a depression, but this is like, you know, this is way down in the hole. And I feel real terrible. And only thing I know to do on days like today is just to get through it today, and hopefully get to sleep, and hopefully the next day you don't feel like this. And today's the 10th, the 8th, ninth, 10th. So this is the third day. Again with these third day things, because the third day of dropping off a 10 is when it really hit me. Or dropping 210 is when it really hit me and really when I really felt bad. And sometimes it takes a while stuff to build back up in your system. So I'm hoping that just because this is the third day of 12 point back up to 12.5, that it just takes a minute to get your system regulated again. Because I remember one of the times that I went cold turkey, it's like I did not feel better right away. It took a couple of days. So hopefully it's a scenario like that. I don't have much else to say because I just can't express. Um, there's just some things where words never cut it, you know. And this is just one of them things. It's just one of those. This is just the worst day that I've had, and that feeling of hopelessness and despair, and being in a deep dark pit, and having all these physically just feeling awful. Um, with your stomach all tied up in knots from bad emotions, and starting to come out in dreams and stuff. And yeah, I hope that's the case. That just I made a mistake. I, I, what I was thinking, I don't know, but you need longer than 9 days to adjust to a lower dose. So, hopefully this is me adjusting to the higher dose, and then, tomorrow will be different. But yeah, like I said, there's no putting this into words. Um, but anyways, um, I'm sure somebody will listen to this that'll get it, that'll, understand. And it would be wrong for me not to appear on here and say something about it. If I'm gonna be honest. And so I did. And yeah, tomorrow's another day. And thank you for listening. And I don't know if the phrase applies, but for your continued forget it. I even try to be like verbally tricky when I should be bawling my damn eyes out. There's something serious. I've known that for many years, but there's something seriously wrong with me. Besides the many obvious things that are seriously wrong with me. But anyway, as I was going to say, is thank you for your continued patronage in the form of ears. Because you don't, a lot of people say, yeah, be a part of a support group. But just by listening to this, that's considered support, to, for me anyway. So I appreciate that. And I'll let you know when things get better, but it's just embarrassing for me to pop on here every couple of days. I mean, yeah, the fact that I don't really have anybody to talk to about this or not, it's embarrassing for me. I don't like to do it. There's so many minutes of me on here. I got if I only had those minutes and dollars, I'd be doing all right. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.